Hello, Aries, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of it. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it, the concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle, really looking at what is the purpose of this connection and what is the best way to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages. We'll jump into that in just a second, but we do have a different tarot deck that we'll be using for each side of the connection as well. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing is, please remember these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone. So do remember to take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, these energies can absolutely be swapped. So if you resonate more with the energy to my right than to my left, just know that's totally fine and totally normal, especially if you're a cross-watcher, then vice versa. All right, Aries. On your side of this connection, you have growth with, the 10 of Wands. It was in reverse, but it just, when I picked it up, it was like, no, it's supposed to be upright. So growth with the 10 of Wands. Okay, so this connection, it's been a very heavy connection for you, a very burdensome connection for you. But the heaviness and this burden that you've had from this connection is actually pushing you to grow in ways that you never would have if this connection didn't happen. And the growth that you're gaining from this connection, I feel like, is going to lead you to where you ultimately want to go. So I think that, and what I'm feeling is that this heaviness is actually a very good thing. Like, what you're going through in this connection is a good thing. Now, you might hear that and be like, what the hell, I'm turning this video off. But trust me, because I feel like we'll be able to look below the surface and see that there's more going on here than meets the eye, that will actually kind of lead you to something better. Like, again, remembering that life is happening for you, not to you, that everything that we go through, every life lesson is an experience that, or every experience we have is a life lesson that can move us in a direction further than we would have been able to go if that didn't happen. So that could very well be what's happening in this connection, because this person has past life with the Tower. I feel like this is a past connection for you. This could also be like a past life connection that's from your past too. Like, when you guys first met, it was super easy. Things felt, really, really smooth in the beginning. Like, it felt like you had known them forever. But then over time, things kind of like, things changed. That karmic aspect of those types of connections kind of set in. But what I'm saying with the Tower is, I feel like this person is actually experiencing some Tower moments in regard to this connection right now. I don't know how, and I definitely don't know in what way, but we'll see when we dive in to tarot. Because in between this connection, there you have karmic path with the High Priestess. So this was definitely a very karmic connection, a very karmic, lesson-driven connection. Now, I feel like maybe you have been able to see the lessons and you're experiencing that growth from that, or you're having a hard time seeing the lessons because this connection was just so painful and heavy. But I do see that you're being heavily guided by your higher self right now through this karmic lesson, because I do feel like it's so intense that you're needing to kind of tap into that higher self kind of energy to get through it, because I do feel like it's been very painful in a way. But let's see, Aries. Let's start with growth in the 10 of Wands. What is Aries dealing with in regard to this connection? This is Aries' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with, clarifying growth with the 10 of Wands. This is Aries' side of this connection. This is Aries' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Whoa, okay. There's that High Priestess. Ooh, 5 of Cups, Star, 4 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, you're dealing with a lot right now when it comes to this connection, and have been, I feel like, for a while. Now, you've been healing with the Star. You've been doing some healing, and maybe it's not, you don't feel like so bad all the time. Like, I'm not saying you're in this 5 of Cups energy like 24/7, but I certainly do think that this connection affects you more often than you would like. In addition to that, I feel like you're you're having a hard time breaking free of it altogether. Now you have this Four of Swords in reverse. Your soul is tired. Your soul is drained from this connection and from the things that have happened in this connection. But I also feel on the flip side that there is a lot of good to come from the lesson that you're learning in this. So I really feel like, bear with me, because I think that this is actually going to be a pretty positive reading for you. This is Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Aries side of this connection. I saw that Five of Cups in reverse again. Ace of Cups in reverse. There's the Queen of Swords. This is interesting. This is the universe asking someone in this reading to remain open-minded. Remain open-minded. Because I feel like there's a lot that you've kind of pushed down from this connection. It's actually needing to be brought back up, but viewed from a different perspective. And so this open-mindedness right now is really important. I don't know, that was a very specific message. All right, this is Aries side of this connection. Remain open-minded. This is Aries side of the connection. Maybe remain open-minded that this really could have happened for you, not to you. That could be something. Okay, let's see. This is Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. So that was weird. Okay, Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. The Sun with the King of Swords. Okay. And then the Emperor in reverse. So this is kind of what I felt. I feel like at the beginning of this connection, things were good. Could be dealing with an air sign because we have the Queen of Swords and King of Swords. So that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you definitely don't have to be. So in the beginning of this, things were good. And I feel like you guys were possibly very happy in this. But then with the Emperor in reverse, it's kind of like this person started becoming a little bit more controlling than you expected. So they went from being like maybe carefree to then turning around and being very maybe judgmental, maybe a little bit cruel, controlling. And I feel like you went from that happiness to this Ten of Swords. Things turn, it's like the Sun turned into the Ten of Swords. And it feels like you're having a hard time understanding how that could have been a benefit for you. Like how, like, I get it. Like, it's like, how could this, what had happened, how could that be a good thing? And trust me, I completely understand because I don't feel like you were treated very well here at all. And so I think that that's where that open-minded message is coming from, because I think I have an idea of where this is headed. This is Aries side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is a very specific reading for somebody out there. This is Aries side of this connection. This is Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Aries side of this connection, the Lovers with the Moon. King of Wands. Okay, there's that Tower. Okay. You saw this person through rose-colored glasses. I feel like, and that's really easy to do when we deal with kind of those past life connections. Like when we meet someone and it feels like we've known them forever and they meet, all of the expectations that we've been waiting for, at least we feel that connection with them. It's really easy to look past like the red flags and the things that we don't necessarily like because we feel such an intense connection. But I feel like what this is really saying is that a lot of the way that you viewed this person and this connection was actually an illusion. It's almost like you saw them for what they could be, or for who you knew they really were, like at their soul, like at their heart, like who you knew they really were, instead of for like who they showed up as. And that got you kind of stuck in the energy of hoping for someone's potential instead of being realistic about who they really are. Again, I feel like I have to state in some of the readings that I do, especially when they kind of come off like this right from the beginning, that there's absolutely no judgment in my readings. Like, I've been there. I've lived for the potential of so many people in my life. And that's why I feel like I can speak very confidently about that certain aspect of connections, is because it's really easy to see the potential of someone and see them through the lens of that, instead of being realistic about the person they constantly show us that they are right now. And so that illusion, I feel like, eventually kind of led to this Ten of Swords, because eventually the illusion kind of fizzled out, and what you once saw through rose-colored glasses became very clear. And so that's why things started out very happy, but then led to this Ten of Swords. And I'm not saying it is your fault what happened in this whatsoever. Energies have a way of interacting with each other. And again, when we're dealing with kind of a karmic situation, sometimes it can be kind of unavoidable because there's something we need to learn there. This is Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. The World in reverse with the Fool. You're in the process of closing out a huge freaking cycle, Aries. And this cycle, yeah, because there's that 10 of Wands. This connection is directly related to a karmic cycle. This isn't just a karmic connection. This is a karmic cycle that is repeated for you, possibly for lifetimes. Like, this is intense. There's a lot going on here. For sure. And so I think that that's why the universe is asking you to have an open mind, because there's more to this than you realize. And hopefully we kind of see that more when we get to this person's energy. This is Aries side of this connection. Aries side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Aries side of this connection, the Tower. So there's that Tower with the strength. 7 of Pentacles. And there's the lesson. Okay. I want to know, do I need any more of this before I start talking about it? Do I need any more on this message before I start talking about it? Do I need any more on this lesson before I start talking about it? Okay, there's the King of Cups. King of Cups, 4 of Wands in reverse. Could be dealing with a water sign. You don't have to be dealing with an air sign or a water sign. Take it as it resonates. But then, okay. You have Tower strength, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse. You have it upright, but you have it in reverse, and the 4 of Wands in reverse. The Tower that took place in this connection, the way that things fell apart, the way that things happened, it was there. First and foremost, I don't think it was unavoidable. I think that this Tower was kind of destined to happen in a way, because you have a tendency, Aries, to see the best in people. And that is not a bad quality to have at all. I think that that's actually a very, very honorable quality. But sometimes when we see the best in people, we can miss the way that they treat us, because we look at it through that, seeing their potential, seeing the best in them, and we aren't honest with ourselves about how we feel. And so what I mean by that is, you can see this potential, you could see the best in someone, you know their heart, but then they treat you poorly. And you might say, well, that's not who they are though. Or I know that there's good in there. Or I know that this person has more potential than this. And so you stand up more for this good that you see in somebody else, and you have a tendency to abandon the way that you feel and almost justify that this person is more deserving of your love than you are. And I hope that's not too triggering of a message, but what's coming through and where this lesson is that first and foremost, never prioritize your love for your love for somebody else over your love for yourself. Because when you do that, you're never going to be in a sustainable connection, because you're going to start to feel drained, you're going to feel taken advantage of, you're going to feel like you're not getting the love that you're giving out. When you put the love of yourself ahead of the love that you have for someone else when you're being treated poorly, or when you know you're not getting what you deserve, what you're able to do then is stand up and say, I know that I'm deserving of more than this, and I know that I need to be in connections that reciprocate what I'm deserving of. Because if you're receiving back the love that you know you deserve, you're going to have more to give out. People often think that putting the love they have for themselves ahead of the love for others is selfish. And I completely understand that sentiment, but I actually don't believe that at all. We can only give out as much love and care and help to this world that we give to ourselves. If we show up as someone who is giving out all of this love but never receives anything back, you're not going to be able to sustain giving out the love that you want to give in relationships, and maybe if you have like a passion-based career, whatever the case is. You have to make sure that you are receiving the love back to yourself that you know that you're deserving of, so that you can give out that love to the world. And I feel like there's a part of you that almost feels like it's selfish to stand up for what you deserve, because you think that it's like the wrong thing to do. Like there's a part of you that believes that it's selfish for you to love yourself and stand up for your own needs, because the needs of others are more important than your own. And I feel like that's because you've been taught to prioritize other people's needs over your own. But that has left you drained. It's left you in this Ten of Swords energy, and it's left you in a place where you feel like you don't have anything left to give, because you have given it all and received very little back. And so this connection is a big cycle for you in that. It's trying to show you that you need to invest in people that only give you what it is you know you're deserving of, and not in people that don't show up for you, don't treat you well, and don't make you feel the way that you know you need to feel, or the people that make you feel bad, right? Those people don't deserve to have any of your time and energy. We only have so much energy to give. We have a cup of energy. We have energy to give, and that we can receive this much back. We are limited with the amount of energy that we can give. And if you're giving out 50% of your energy to something that doesn't receive, well, then you're only left with 50% left to give. And sure, you might be giving to things that reciprocate, but you're constantly going to be draining your cup until you're left with nothing left to give to yourself or to others. And so that's why when you're in connections or in situations in general, this could be something that happens in your career, this could be something that happens in other aspects of your personal life. When we're in situations that take from us but don't ever give back to us, we know it deep down. We feel it. We can feel how we're being taken advantage of, or we can feel that anger that builds because we know that we are not in situations that are aligning with our worth. And so this connection is a huge opportunity to complete a really big cycle. Because I feel like this cycle that we're talking about in this connection, it doesn't just apply to this connection. I feel like this applies to other areas of your life. This person's energy toward Aries, clarifying past life with the Tower. This person's energy toward Aries, clarifying past life with the Tower. One more. This person's energy toward Aries, clarifying past life with the Tower. Okay, yeah, this person's struggling right now. They have the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Four of Swords in reverse. They're dealing with like financial struggles, maybe feeling burnt out. Like they're not in the best place right now. This person's struggling. They're kind of going through it. In some way. Let me get more. This person's energy toward Aries. This person's energy toward Aries. The Hermit with the Magician in reverse. And the Sun in reverse. So this person has a tendency to use their ego to protect them. I feel like they're actually doing some introspection in regard to this connection right now. I feel like they have to, though, because of what they're going through. It's like they're actually doing some introspection here, which is not what I expected with this person's energy. Okay, where are we going with this? Okay, this person's energy toward Aries. Because, yeah, it's like they're going through a tower moment regarding this connection. This person's energy toward Aries. Queen of Swords in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. Death in reverse. And there you are. Queen of Wands and Empress. So this is directly related to you. And there they are. Emperor in reverse. Remember, they appeared as this Emperor in reverse. It's like they're starting to see, I think, Aries, this person is starting to see their role in this. Maybe their role in how things fell apart, or their role in hurting you or something. But at the same time, with the Death in reverse, it's like they're resisting it. It's like it's almost like they're having to face the reality. It's interesting. As you take off your rose-colored glasses of them, so do they. Because I feel like this person had a tendency to view themselves with rose-colored glasses. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. This person's energy toward Aries. This person's energy toward Aries. Okay, this person's energy toward Aries. Page of Cups with the World. So they're kind of having to face, they're having to face the karma associated with their emotional immaturity, their emotional unavailability, immaturity, the way that that affects other people. Weird. So yeah, there's a pretty big karmic cycle closing out here for both people. The way that it's coming through is obviously different. The lesson's obviously different. But this person's coming to the end of a cycle too. Because they're not... This person's energy toward Aries. This person's energy toward Aries, please. This person's energy toward Aries, please. Whoa, 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 whoa. This person's energy toward Aries. It's like they're not at the point of taking accountability It's not that. That's not what I'm feeling. 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the 10 of Wands, and there's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What's happening is not that they're taking accountability, but the karma is the towers that they're experiencing. I feel like there might be multiple. So they're having to face the effects, like that. I don't. It's just like it's their karma. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like their karmic changes. Karma isn't a punishment; it's a teacher, and it comes in when it's needed most to make situations happen that will teach the lessons that are needed. Now, whether or not the individual chooses to learn the lesson or not depends on the individual. But karma is not a punishment, it's a teacher. And so this is kind of like, I think this person is starting to have to face their karma. Karma's been a big freaking theme recently for my readings. This person's energy toward Aries. This person's energy toward Aries. Whoa. One more. Is this person's energy toward Aries, please? Three Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, Tower. With whatever tower they're experiencing, they're having to deal with the same triggers that you had to deal with in this connection in a different way. Like however, like if you experienced betrayal by them, they're experiencing a form of betrayal. Like it's like they're having to deal with, yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. This person is having to face their karma. That's why I said I thought this was going to be a positive reading. So both of you guys are coming to the end of a karmic cycle, just in very different ways. Okay, Aries, before I hop on over to the extended where we're going to clarify karmic path with the High Priestess, I'm going to pull 9 different messages here, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. I want to reiterate this announcement about this workshop that I won't shut up about. The last week to register is this week. The first session is June 30th. It's a four-part series all about taking your power back, stepping fully into it, and creating the life of your dreams. I'm so excited about it. I'm not the one. I'm going to be a participant. I'm not going to be the person who's putting it on, but I think it's going to be a really impactful thing for a lot of different people. And I'm really just excited about the community aspect, getting a lot of you on my channel, if you watch my videos and you are, working through the healing and doing, the things that you need to do, then, you're kind of all going through the same thing. And it's nice to connect with a lot of people who are kind of dealing with a lot of the similar things that you are as well. So I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be there. Any information on it is going to be in the description box of the video that I've linked below. At the top of the description box below, I've linked a video. And then in that description box is all of the information on the workshop, including the person who will be presenting it. She is a transformative wellness coach. She's incredibly good at what she does. She's helped me in so many different ways. So I highly recommend her just as a coach in general. But I'm excited that she's bringing her coaching to this workshop and opening up to like multiple people, because I think that it can be, what she has to say is very powerful. So I hope to see you guys there. Otherwise, Aries, thank you so very much, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aries.